It's February and I am back with another favourite. I promised you guys I would keep this up. So first up is food. Now with food I have another healthy snack. I'm trying to get back into the healthy fit regime, so this is me trying to be really healthy. This is trail mix. I know we've probably had this on camp, or like if you go on Duke of Ed camps, we've all tried trail mix before and it's absolutely disgusting. It's just, you know, nuts and muesli and it just tastes like you're eating bark. But this got sent to me by one of the aunties back in Australia and she's so lovely, and this is Brookefarm's Mount Bogong Walkabout mix. Now, I already really like this because it's got dried fruit and nuts and it's actually tasty. Like, it's pretty sweet for a trail mix. But then I found out there was dark chocolate chips in it as well and I just loved it even more. And I literally, when I watch TV shows now, I don't snack on chips or anything. I'm just eating like handfuls of this. And you know, it says snack without regret here. So it just says the energy blend with Belgian dark chocolate, premium dried fruits and exotic nuts. And this is no preservatives, no additives and gluten-free. Now another thing that I've been eating almost every single day is homemade Bircher Muesli. Because I have to get up quite early in the morning, it's very easy and organized for me to sort of make breakfast the night before. So I'm going to show you guys how I make my Bircher Muesli.
No, you never say no. No, you never say no. No, you never say. Two joints in my breast pocket, a bag of white. Few points of a...
Okay, so next up is what I've been putting on my face. And I went to LA recently and got quite a fair bit of makeup. I was actually just going to MAC and Sephora to get some things for my friends. But then I felt a little bit left out, so I got a few things at Sephora as well. And there's two things that I've been using quite often. Now, I'm not a foundation girl because I have really sensitive skin, and literally anything that I put on it, you know, even Bobbi Brown or Chanel foundation, it makes me really itchy and it makes me get just little bumps everywhere. But ever since I started working the TV show, sometimes they're like, oh, can you just put on your base before you come so it's quicker for us to do your makeup? But I realized I don't actually own any liquid foundation. So when I was getting this Tarte foundation for my friend, I thought, you know, might as well get one for myself because it's Amazonian clay and it sounded really natural and it has SPF 15 in it, so that sold me. And also the first time I saw this was on Jenim's channel and she always has beautiful skin and her makeup looks so flawless, so I thought I'd try it out. I'm actually wearing it now. My color is light neutral, so that's me, and it's quite a thick sort of texture, and I think I do like the thick ones better than the watery ones because I feel like the watery ones just run everywhere, and it's almost moussey. So this is 12-hour makeup, oil free. You know at Sephora how they have the little compartments near the register so that when you're paying for your things you'll probably pick up something else and be like, oh, I need that as well. They're actually really like high useful because I picked up so much stuff while I was paying for my other friends. One of those was this spray from Decay. Now this is a B6 vitamin infused complexion prep spray. Now my mum was the one that told me that vitamin B is really good for your skin, and because I can getting really irritated dry skin with the change in seasons and weathers, my mum was like, take your vitamin B. So when I saw this vitamin B6 infused spray, I was like, I'm not gonna eat it, I'm just gonna spray it on my face instead. So this is supposed to be redness reducing, pore minimizing and oil absorbing. I think this has actually been working because when I went back to Australia, I suddenly broke out. I'm not sure why. While I was in LA, my skin was actually really good, but I think it's just another seasonal change and air atmosphere change. And then I've just been spraying this twice a day in Australia, once at night time before I go to sleep and once in the morning before I put on my makeup. And it's cleared my skin up heaps, and you know, it just feels really nice and it feels like I'm doing something nice for my skin. So I would recommend that. And yeah, it's Urban Decay by Skindinavia B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Spray. So at night time before I go to sleep, usually I just spray this all over my face and I don't put any moisturizer on or anything at night because I feel like it's a bit too heavy. And now I've started to use less of it because there's not much left of it. Really sad because I only got the 30 ml sort of travel bottle, but I will definitely be repurchasing this. Oh, a pair of shoes that I've been obsessed with wearing is a pair of shoes that I picked up from Bianco, my old workplace, when I was back in Melbourne. And these are their collaboration with Harper and Harley. If you guys haven't checked the blog out, you should definitely go. It's an awesome blog. And these are called the Frejas, F-R-E-J-A, in the Fudge Monaco. And I just love these heels because, you know, they're like sandals. They're very dainty. if you look front on, there's just not much going on. It's very simple, but it's got this awesome thick heel, and I love the contrast of the wood to the Fudge Monaco leather, and it's just, I think it's very classy and ladylike. But if you wear these with a pair of jeans and a white t-shirt, it looks very casual as well. So I've just been wearing these heels around everywhere, and let me tell you, they are so comfortable. I wouldn't even call them heels. Even though trademark Bianco, there is no platform whatsoever, these heels are so thick and chunky. They're like a nice square heel with a rounded back. So it doesn't look too chunky because of the rounded back. And the ankle strap is quite thick as well. It's not super thin, so you don't feel like you're strangling your ankles. And they sit at a nice level, just above your sort of ankle bone, so you don't really look like you have cankles either. I said cankles. Shoes that make you look like you have cankles are a big problem, so I'm always on the lookout for shoes that don't make me look like I have cankles. And you might have already seen this wallet in my travel bag video, but this is the Louis Vuitton Sarah wallet. I was given it as a gift from my family, and well, I guess I was kind of forced into using it, but I love it so much. It opens up like that. It doesn't open up all the way, but it is quite wide. And there's so many card compartments. I mean, you've got 4 here, and then you've got another 4 there, and then you've got 4 at the back. And there's a big compartment there, big compartment there, and you've got the zippers for your coins, another one here, another compartment at the back, and the best thing is this sort of compartment at the back. And usually if I'm going out to cafes or something, I'll just pop my phone in like that, and it's really, really useful. Some things that my ears have been enjoying recently. Oh, the slide is like all over my face. Anyway, so I was looking for royalty-free music to put onto my videos, and I stumbled across a couple of SoundClouders, and I just absolutely fell in love with their music. First up is Robby Hunter Band. Now it's kind of like an acoustic, almost, not really country, but it's got a really, really nice beat. Sometimes there's a little bit of an electronic feel, kind of like electronic folk pop acoustic feel. These are some of my favorite songs from them. There's Bust, Bull Ride, and Hard on Me. And I feel like it's the perfect playlist for a car ride. Now, even though I don't drive cars. Now, another SoundClouder is Sterling Fox, and my favorite by far music song from them is Holy, the Howl and Dirge remix. And another artist is James Bay. Now, I met him at the Grammy interviews, and it just made me fall in love with him even more. He was so sweet. I was being the biggest loser. I went up, I was like, oh my gosh, your music is amazing, I love you so much. And he was like, oh, thank you so much. So yeah, of course I've been obsessed with Hold Back the River, and then I downloaded all his other EPs as well, and I'm in love with Let It Go. And I think I just featured on Vampire Diaries or Pretty Little Lies or something, but when I heard it, I was like, ah! And then also Wait in Line and When We Were on Fire. And a soundtrack for you guys is the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. You know, you've got the Ellie Goulding, and you've got The Weeknd in it, and so many more, and you've got Sia as well. And I think the soundtrack is absolutely amazing. Like, it's kind of like creepy and mystical and just kind of like flows around, and you don't really know what song you're up to next, and it just, I think it's put together very well, as in when this music kind of just flows from one song to another. I wish I could say the same for the movie. I don't think I've ever felt so awkward in my life before. Just thinking about it now just makes me so uncomfortable. Speaking of movies, I got one movie recommendation for you guys. It is What Maisie Knew. Now, I watched this on the plane. It's one of those very festival type movies. It was entered into Sundance as well, so that's probably why. But it's kind of got one of those feelings where it's just like you follow the main character around. There's not really a massive build-up or a massive, resolve. And you just kind of follow through her life. Now, it's about a girl and one of her parents, her mum, who's played by Julianne Moore. Amazing acting. Thank goodness she won the Oscar. She plays her mum, and she's part of this kind of like rock band, and she's a rocker, and she still is. And she will always put music first before her daughter, no matter how many times she tells her daughter she loves her. And her dad is also part of the arts industry. But then ultimately, he kind of doesn't really want to be in the family either. He wants to concentrate on his own work. He breaks up with the wife, marries the nanny, who is this lovely Scottish girl, and she really adores Maisie. And then the mum marries this guy who works in a bar, apparently for Maisie, but I still don't really know why she married him. I think it's definitely just to get back at the ex-husband. But anyway, I won't tell you anymore, but it's very lovely, because you have to see Maisie, this little girl who's so young, I mean 7 or 8 or 9, and she has to choose between two kind of families. First, it's her mom and her dad, and then a family that she really adores, and her real family. And then in the end, she has to make the ultimate decision. But it was just so heartbreaking seeing a kid sort of being so unwanted and rejected from all the people who loved her, who were supposed to love her the most, and then being accepted so much by complete strangers. And I think it's just a very, very beautiful movie, and it definitely shows the huge impact on, you know, parents arguing, parents divorcing, and what impact that they can have on their really young children, and even, you know, children older than that. So I think it raises up a lot of good issues. So check it out when you have time. I'm going to finish off with 2 quotes, and like I said before, I'm trying to get back into the exercising and the healthy eating regime, and it's definitely not easy. I just had a lot of macas the night before. I'm still feeling really guilty about it, but this is one quote that always sort of motivates me. I think I read it on someone's Tumblr somewhere, but it goes along the lines of, every minute that you spend resting, someone else is out there working. And it's kind of like, I'm always the one complaining, being like, oh, you know, why can't I be as fit as her and be like really toned and just really, really love the way my body looks? And I'm sort of just sitting there eating chips while saying that, and it just kind of hit me that every minute that I spend complaining and sort of pining over someone else's healthiness and someone else's fitness, that they are probably out there working for it and, you know, eating good nutritious foods that help their body. So that is one to get you guys all motivated. I know everyone is trying to get that summer body, so get up and go exercise. And the next quote is one that I saw on Instagram. It's on Yota's Instagram, half of Sabo skirt, however you pronounce it. And it is, man surprised me most about humanity, because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health. And then he's so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy living in the present. The result being that he does not live in the present or the future. He lives as if he is never going to die, and then dies having never really lived. So I'm just going to leave you guys with that one, and I'll see you next month for March favorites. Thank you so much for watching.
No, you never say no. No, you never say no. No, you never say